Hello and welcome to my weekly vlog. It is July 24th and it is Monday and I am on my way to school. This is the very last full week that I can get into my room before school starts and get everything ready. And I've only got my 9 3/4 door done. That's all I've got done. And then I realized I have to move all my desks again because I did not do it correctly. I bought mason jars over the weekend, and I also brought this really neat treasure chest that I will show you that I've had in my house that I think will look really cool in my room with the Harry Potter theme. Also, I brought my jars and my pebbles for house points. I still don't have yellow yet, and I'll need to go get some, and I need some more red. Today's plan is to put paper up on all my bulletin boards. I'm thinking brown, so I'll go see if there's any brown. That's my thought. Put paper up, kind of decide maybe what border I want, and I'll focus on that tomorrow. And then rearrange all my desks for sure. I might try and find some paint brushes to paint the mason jars that I'm going to put on each group of desks. It looks like I might have to make... I'm not sure if I have enough room in my class for 6 groups of 4. I can play around with it. We'll see. We'll kind of figure it out as we go. Alright, see you at the school. Oops, I'm bad. I accidentally forgot to clean the desks last week after I painted. And then my door's all warped from the humidity. So I'm going to have to fix that. So I'm in the process of cutting paper for my bulletin boards, and let me tell you, it is hard. Because when you try to cut on those rollers, sometimes it doesn't work and you get crazy cuts. I went to cut this paper, and the reason I put it up now instead of waiting until everything was cut was because I thought it was a little too long. It is a little too long, but it's not too bad. But like, that's what I mean. Those rollers stink sometimes. But I've got the paper for all those. I just need to finish that. Get the ones for outside. My boards are still not up, which we're all very frustrated about, so hopefully those go up soon. Now to put the little bulletin boards up. Okay, so I'm really confused because I measured these boards. I measured them, and I got that this was 3 feet long. And then I measured the rolls, and they were 3 feet, and I'm like, perfect, that'll be perfect. Look at this. Oh my gosh, and I cut 10 of those. First, I can't seem to get these stinking big bulletin boards up because the paper keeps wanting to fall because it's so thin. Then my really good stapler breaks, and then I want to cry because my stapler broke. And now I cut 10 of these and they're not even the right size. Oh my gosh. Well, my solution is going to be, if we can find border that is that thick, then we can cover that and then we're good. That's my only option. Okay, so basically I'm going to have to find border to cover the bottoms and the tops, and I still have to cut the excess off. It's really making me mad today. I'm just not in the mood. I'm about to just leave. Okay. Okay, so I am having a bad day, so I decided to leave and go to the store, and I got some ribbon, and I'm not exactly sure what to call this, but I got some of this. and I'm gonna try some stuff out. I'm thinking maybe I'll go ahead and get some brown paper, cover this part down here, crinkle this stuff up, and use that for my border there, and then use this for my border out in the hallway. And then I got a new stapler because my stapler broke. So how about with this one? We'll see how long it lasts. I also bought sticky notes for the kids and labels for me, even though they're not Harry Potter. Oh well, it's the best I can do. And a soda because I feel like I need it. Oh, that was the angels singing because I think I found a solution. I think that's gonna look good. I just took this stuff and I doubled it up, so I just kind of rolled it down, rolled it back up, and then twisted it and stapled it. And I'm using pieces of this to cover up the bottom part. So it looks so much better. But I'm definitely gonna have to buy more of this stuff. It was $2. I don't think I'm gonna be able to buy more of it until my husband gets paid, but I'll use as much as I can now and fix as much of this as I can now. So yay for that. Okay, so the tool is about out. And I got 3 of these done. I'm pretty certain, actually, that at least one of those would definitely cover a full-size board like the one I have in the back. It looks awesome. I am so excited about this. My teaching partner actually came in and complimented it. I am proud of myself. Before I leave, because it is almost 2 o'clock, and that's when I told my husband I would leave. So I'm going to try and maybe draw out a pattern that I could do to move my desks and maybe move some of them. And then I'm going to clean up and head home. So I decided to suck it up and do 4 groups of 6. So I've got my 3 groups here, and then I didn't know how I was going to get the other group. Like, I thought maybe I would turn these that way, but then I started doing it and I'm like, I don't think the kids are going to have any room. So I was like, well, I mean, we can break up one house into 3 little pods. I mean, that'll be okay. And then I still need 1 extra seat because I have 25 kids this year. So that desk would probably go right here in the middle. And now it's time for me to go home. Hey, I'm back from school today. It is probably around 2:30 now. I worked the whole time, but I still didn't get a lot done. I cut paper for my bulletin boards and then found out that the paper for the small bulletin boards was too short, so I had to cut more paper, and then I had to go to the store and find a border because I didn't have any, and the fact that I didn't have any was bothering me. So I shaped those up a little bit and got 3 of those mini bulletin boards done, and I got the paper on all my other bulletin boards, except for the one that is still on the ground and still hasn't been put up. The other teachers were talking about maybe they would just put the things on their bulletin board that they need, and the people putting it up are just going to have to be careful because we've waited long enough. We've waited 2 weeks now for these boards to be put up. I also moved my desks around today and kind of got an idea of what I wanted to happen there with my desks. The idea for tomorrow is I will not forget my felt at home, and I will take that to school so that maybe I can work on making my house flags. I also might paint the pencil jars tomorrow and have those dry so that I can put them on student desks. There's also the fact that I need to figure out what I'm putting on my bulletin boards. I need to cut out letters. I need to get my bulletin boards put together. I need to go through my open house packet and double check and make sure everything on there is what I want it to be this year. I know that there are a few things that I have to tweak. I did get my class list today in alphabetical order. So right now I have 25 kids, and there was 1 new student added to my teaching partner, so she has 25. So we have 56 graders. That is going to be interesting. Tomorrow I can also show you this treasure chest that I've had, and it looks like it would definitely belong in Harry Potter's world. So I'm going to probably put that up on my mailboxes. I also need to decorate my owls so that I can put those up there and get the words Owlry written out to put up above my mailboxes. Well, that's it for today, and see you tomorrow. Hello, it's Tuesday, and I'm about to head over to the school. It is, I think, 8:30 in the morning, or close to it, and so that means I'll be at school at about 9 o'clock. I remembered to bring my felt today, and actually I thought I had more black felt at home when I went out and bought this black felt. So I realized that no, I don't have black felt. I'm gonna have to stop at Walmart first before I head to the school. I also brought my black felt today because I'm gonna use this black felt to make house flags for my Harry Potter classroom. My teaching partner bought some flags online, and it looked like black felt, but it was a lot bigger. This is probably a third or fourth of the size of the ones that she has in her room. But I thought I would go ahead and make my own with a piece of these. The plan is to cut like a triangle shape here to make that flag look, and then print off, line the symbols, the house crests, in color, hot glue them to, well, I'll obviously take the sticker off, but hot glue them here. And then I brought some straws that I had at home, and I might have to stretch them out a little bit because they're the scrunchy straws. And I was going to use hot glue and roll over the straw like this, and then I can stick a string, because I have my own string at school. I can stick string through the yarn, and I can use that to hang the flags up. And I was going to have 2 flags per house, since I do have smaller ones to spread them out around the room a little bit. I'm going to completely forego the idea of the flying keys to hang up in my room, because I feel like I don't have enough time for that, and I feel like there would just be too much work. And I'm already doing a lot of DIYs for my room, which I've never done before, ever. This is the first time I've done this many DIYs for my classroom. So we're going to see how this turns out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this today or not, but I'm bringing these with me, and I am going to stop at Walmart so I can get some more. I think they're only like 25 cents a piece, which isn't too bad. Also, I got an email from one of my students from last year that he forgot a library book in his desk, and I did find that library book a little bit back, a few days back, and I wasn't going to email him or his mom, and I totally forgot. So he is going to be heading to the school as well, so I'm going to need to head over there so that I am there when they get there so I can give them their book. I'll see you at the school. Okay, here is my mason jar. I got these tiny ones, the Ball brand, and let's try to see, there's a measurement on the bottom, but I can't see. They're the littler ones, and I've got all my paint. I looked up the colors and found paint close as I could get. This is my test subject. I'm going to paint the outside and see if that's better than painting the inside. And I'm going to paint it house colors. I'm going to start with Gryffindor, I think. And we will see how it turns out. Okay, so it's not the most perfect looking thing in the world. Maybe next time I'm going to try to use tape. But there's one. I think what I'm going to do is in black paint. I'm going to draw a G right there. Just put a G. Oh, well, it's almost dry. So there we go, there's one pencil holder. So I decided to put some tape around it, try to keep it as even as I could. And I did it with another one, and I'm going to take the tape off now and see if it looks straight. I taped this one earlier. It's still kind of wet, but I'll keep letting it dry before I continue to paint it. Oh, shoot. Oh, darn it. Look at that. It dripped through the creases. Except for the drips, it's pretty straight, but... yeah, same thing here. Because of the ridges in it. Oh, my hands are covered in paint. The ridges makes it so it doesn't work out as well, but oh well. This one over here, if you look at this one, it started to drip down. I don't know if the yellow is just like waterier, I don't know. But I actually thought this looked kind of cool, so I'm not too sad about it. So I'm waiting for a few stubborn jars to finish drying, and then I'll show those off. Right now I think I'm going to go cut out some letters for some bulletin boards. So this will go above the mailboxes, and these two will be part of my big bulletin board in the back. And then this will be a bulletin board we use whenever we do read-alouds. We print out the cover and put it on the board so that we can see what books we've read throughout the school year. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting letters for those. Alright, here are, well, one of each of the jars that I finished. It does look a little sloppy because the handwriting on there, you know, is my regular handwriting. I didn't try to use a stencil or anything. I just didn't have the time to go super fancy with it, but I'm not too disappointed with how they turned out. I did decide to take all these sponges out of the baskets, and I'm going to put them in their own container over here with my other crate storage. So what'll happen is it'll be in the basket like this. Their pencils will go in here. I'm going to put some more sticky notes. I thought I had enough, but I'm going to need to go get more. There's sticky notes and some erasers in there that they might need. I feel like that way it's a lot easier for them to get to, and I don't always have to hand out sticky notes all the time. They'll just be in the basket with them. Today it looks like I am about finished, but yep, there's my jars. And I'm still working. I ran out of tools, so I have to go get more for the bulletin boards. I need more ribbon for my outside bulletin board. I cut all my letters for most of my bulletin boards. Well, I'm back from the school. I feel like I got a lot done today, even though I really didn't now that I look back on it. I used up the rest of the tool that I had. I used up all the ribbon on my bulletin board out in the hallway to see how much more I'm going to need. I made a list of things that I'm going to need to see if I can get if I have the money tomorrow. I also cut out letters for 4 different bulletin board ideas that I have. I also spent most of my time painting my house pencil jars for the students' desks. I didn't realize until today how many DIY projects I've decided to do, and I'm wondering why I'm doing so many of them, because I'm not really an artsy type of person. I can sometimes come up with some ideas, but that's about it. Tomorrow I am supposed to meet with my teaching partner, and we're going to talk about how the first week of school goes. She's brand new to school, brand new to teaching, so it's very exciting to be able to help her and help her with her first year, kind of learn the ropes and how things work. And I will have to bring my son tomorrow and Thursday because my husband works those 2 days. So we will see how it goes. He has not been cranky the past couple days, but of course he's been at home as well. So we'll see how things go, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, it's Thursday, July 27th, and you're probably wondering to yourself, where did Wednesday go? Well, funny story about Wednesday. I went to record my introduction video, and it only recorded about 10 seconds. So I was like, well, shoot, because my husband had used my camera the other day for some video he was making, and so I thought that he'd used up all the memory on my memory card. So I went to school thinking I'll just delete some things and then I'll be good. Well, after I got to school and started working, I realized, no, it's not that the memory card is almost out, it's that there is no memory card in my camera at all. And there's really not very much camera memory anyways. So that made me frustrated. My husband had put the memory card in the computer and did not put it back, and he has a habit of not putting things away when he's done. So that was super frustrating. So I didn't have my camera yesterday, and then by the time I got home, I was way too busy to go ahead and record. So what I'm going to do is today, I'm going to, at the school, the first thing I'll do is show you what I've done yesterday. I kind of worked on a bulletin board. I finished the border on my little bulletin boards. I started working on my owlry area and started cutting my felt for my banners. So I'm going to work on my banners today, hopefully get those done. That's the goal, get my banners finished today. Tomorrow I'm going to have my husband come in and help me, and I'm going to have him hang my banners and take down some other things I have hanging up on the ceiling that aren't going to be there this school year. Get out my blue chair, which I know won't match, but the kids love the blue chair. So I'm going to pull it out anyways, even though it won't really match my room. And start on my bulletin board that is on the floor, because they still have not put those up. My principal has talked to maintenance, and they said they've got other more important things to do first. So they're going to have to deal with the fact that my board is done, and they're just going to have to put it up with stuff on it, which is what my teaching partner did. So there you go. So first thing I'm going to do is go to the bank. I got some money from PTO, so I'm going to use that for some things for my room to get more baskets. I'm going to go back to Dollar Tree. So I will see you at school. Okay, I've been here for like an hour, a little bit over an hour. So these are done. The reason that I do not have a border here or in the middle is because I usually put my calendar there and it kind of sticks out a little bit, so I didn't want to have to worry about that, so that's where my calendar goes. Border over here, magical books. We're going to put pictures of the covers of all the books that we do for read alouds this year. I'm thinking about, like, up here printing out the binders of some Harry Potter books and putting them up like they're on a bookshelf right there as like a picture. Then what else did I do yesterday? The jars were already finished. Oh, well, we found this, my sister introduced me to this Bada Namu thing, and my son is enjoying it very much, and it helps me get things done. But anyways, I cut these for my banners, so I did that yesterday too, and did a lot of talking to my teaching partner. So Oh, and my owlry. So I've got this really cool chest that my dad got for VBS one year, for like a Pirates theme or something. And I was like, that'll look really good in my room for Harry Potter. So put that on the bookshelves. I've got my owlry, and then I tried, this fell. I tried putting sticky tack and then hanging them, but I want to put these owls here, like one there and one here after they've been painted. Maybe try paint them this weekend, I don't know. So right now, I printed house crests, and I'm going to cut them out, glue them on to the felt, and have miniature house banners, and there will be 2 per house. And the way that I have my desks here like this, I will have one banner hanging right here for Slytherin and the other Slytherin banner right here. So I think it'll look pretty neat. My husband's going to help me with that on Friday. So I'm going to keep working on those banners and we'll see how that turns out. Alright, well, it took a hot second, but I printed and cut out my crests. So, for instance, here's the flag. This would be bent over a straw, and then this would be on both sides for my house banners. Mini house banners compared to next door, but that's okay. You know, it'll all work out. I gotta do things my own way, and that's what I'm trying to, you know, make sure that I understand. So, moving on. I decided I was going to paint my owls. I looked for a picture on Google and just kind of copied it in my own way and painted them. This one, my first one, turned out way better than my second one. My second one was really sloppy for some reason. I don't know why. So I'm a little disappointed in that. But other than that, though, I'm mostly proud of this one. This one looks so much better. I don't know. Looks like a little kid did this one. I might try and go around the eyes a little bit more and fix that up, but there we go. There they are. So I used the hot glue gun to glue down the first flag. I just need to put a straw in here and glue that down, but I'm going to work on those tomorrow, and then they're going to get hung up tomorrow. And we're going to take these down. Yay, I'm excited. Hello, it's Friday, July 28th, and I am sitting in my living room right now after I've already been to school today. I forgot my camera. So I have a short clip that I took on my phone of my house flags and how I finished them up, how I finished creating them, and then I showed them up hanging in my ceiling. Okay, so what I'm doing to finish these up is I glued the symbols on either side, and now I'm gluing the straw on. So I go down and make a line, and I leave a little bit of space. You'll see why here in a second. Okay, stretch the straw out, stick it in, try to make it as center as possible. Then what I do is I put a full line at the very, oop, I keep messing up here, top. Oop, there's a huge clump. Awesome. Okay, then I roll it. Make sure I get all the bits as soon as I can. And I just kind of hold it down. Usually I use 2 hands, but make sure there's a hole there. And and set them there, and then I put the string through, put the string through here, tie it into a triangle, and then I can hang them up like so. There we go. Okay, so my awesome, fantastic husband came. Wave, awesome, fantastic husband. Okay, and hung up, took these down above my desk, and hung up my house flags. And they look really good, and they're even. And that's one thing that's one of the many things awesome about my husband is he's very particular sometimes about things being even and looking good. So, yay! Thank you. My husband was able to come today and help me put them up, and he did a really good job, and I was really happy about the way it turned out. I also got my chore chart started. I'm tweaking it a little bit to kind of go with the Harry Potter theme. So I titled it Help Dobby at the top, and then I'm going to have their chores. I'm going to work on their names and the chore titles probably this evening, and be able to take those in tomorrow. I was not planning originally to go into school on Saturday, but at this point now I'm going to have to because I just have way too many things to do and I'm way behind. I got my kids started on Class Dojo. I got their names at least signed up on there and flyers printed out. I got a growth mindset flyer printed out for parents just to kind of get an idea of what we're kind of going to be focusing on a lot this year, at least, well, all the time. I got my calendar out and got that set up. I put the kids' science books, reading notebooks, and folders, open house folders set out on their desks as well, and cleaned the desks off, put some things away. I also decided to print out a picture of a sorting hat and put that up with my Magical Books bulletin board, but I'm not really going to go crazy fancy with that one. I think another thing I might do is plan out my other bulletin boards, well, my big bulletin board that I'm going to split in half. One side I'm going to write wonderful work, and I'm just going to put some of their work that they do up on that half. The other half is the AR Quidditch that I'm going to kind of put up, and I need to figure out exactly what kinds of things that I want to make for that, so I still have to work on that a little bit. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't been getting as much done. I don't know why I'm so behind. I've never been this behind, and I wonder if it's because this is my first time putting as much work into my classroom as I have. I've put a little bit of work in the past, but this is the first year that I've actually gone with a more complicated theme and actually had to make a bunch of DIY items for my classroom. So I'm really excited by the way that my classroom looks, and I'm going to go ahead and go in tomorrow. Also, I've had my musical practice. My opening night is next weekend, and I have a solo, and so I've been really working hard on that as well. So that might also be part of the reason that I'm a little bit behind, is that I've had musical all summer as well. So I've been pretty busy, which isn't really an excuse. But I will have everything ready to go for open house night on Tuesday. So I've got 2 more days that I'm going to go into my room before Tuesday for our first teacher day. And I'm going to have everything done. See you next time.